What? You okay?
Are we in the podcast right now? Is this happening? Is this
Yeah.
part of the show or is this the pre-show
This is the show, man.
This is the show.
Yeah,
Ah,
told you.
yo, dog. I heard you like shows. This is Neighbors IRL, a weekly challenge podcast hosted by Eddie Sang and Daryl Lee. This week's challenge, Cooking Mama.
While I was listening to my backlog of Hello Intern episodes, I came upon a topic that is very dear to our hearts: movie reviews. And there's one topic that every movie reviewer knows about. It's the black sheep of the whole entire universe. It's called, are you ready, Daryl? The prequel of Star Wars. Episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Wait, but you've seen the Red Letter Media.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, wait, I don't watch movie reviews. I don't watch any particular movie reviews, but I have heard Hello Internet, CGP Grey, specifically point out Red Letter Media reviews as one of the best things I've ever created. And of course, when I listen to podcasts, I barely go through the show notes, but I was like, hey, me and Daryl, we just did a Keanu Reeves John Wick review. Let's see how a YouTube review would do this. I ended up watching the Phantom Menace review, and I gotta say, I watched the Phantom Menace when I was a kid, and to me it was an amazing movie, because I'm like a 7-year-old or 8-year-old kid, right? And then so I've never actually rewatched the Phantom Menace for years and years and years.
You don't have to.
But when I hear about everyone talk about the prequel movies, they're all supposed to be really, really bad. And I'm not going to give my time to that. If people are saying it's really bad, people I respect saying it's really bad, I guess there's better things for me to watch. But I never knew why. And watching the Red Letter Media review for the first episode, yep, okay, I understand why. He goes in very clear and plain description of why it's bad. It's like, so with no exposition or no, reasoning, we go to this scene, and then we go to this scene.
Wait, you've never seen the Red Letter Media before?
I haven't. I've just watched
it.
This week.
Huh.
First
viewing?
Yep. Of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And I gotta say, it's amazing. I'm pretty excited to go through the whole entire... It's like
one of the gems of the internet.
So sometimes I like short form content, but this one, I just can't. Like, super I'm so excited that there's so much of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so excited that there's so much volume of content. Because, like, every second is amazing.
It's like poetry, it just rhymes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you generally watch movie reviews after you watch movies? Do you talk to a lot of people usually after you watch movies? Especially the ones that are more recent?
I don't really talk to people about movies because, you start talking to them about, like, actually what makes a good movie or, like, movie critics or whatever, and people just glaze their eyes over because we're not very humorous or, like, good execution of how to actually convey and communicate why is it important, nor do people really care. People just enjoy a movie, man. That's the thing. I feel like movies have been spoiled for me. It's like the coffee effect. Once you drink a good coffee, you can't go back to crap coffee.
I agree with that.
Now every time I'm watching a movie, I'm just like, oh god, like this is awful. I'm like, man, can I just sit and enjoy the movie? And apparently not. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, to be so hypercritical. I mean, for sure, knowing and understanding why there is a clear line drawn of why the prequels are bad is an important skill to have, I guess. But I don't think anyone cares, man. Also, apparently no one watched John Wick.
None of your friends watched John Wick?
Or the one loyal listener, friend of the pod, Charlie Ma. He's like, why are you guys talking about John Wick? Eddie, where's your vlog, man?
Hey, it's right here.
Oh, am I ready to watch it?
My vlog? Alright, it's not even 100% complete. It needs like one more day. It's like, I have all the meats and potatoes, and just all I need to do is just add the ending into it. Alright, my vlog's like 11 minutes long right now. So it's probably finish at like below 15 minutes. I heard your vlog was like 40 minutes long.
Can I see your favorite scene from there?
My favorite scene. All right, here's my favorite scene. I haven't mixed the sound yet, so.
This is your favorite scene?
So that's a sneak peek.
Sneak a peek
review. Probably be out tomorrow, maybe the day after, but it's done. Just I don't want to touch it anymore.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your vlog, man.
Yeah.
Should be exciting.
I'll export it and I'll send it over. Are you going to upload your vlog on YouTube or Facebook?
I was
or
planning
Vimeo?
on it. I was planning on doing it on Facebook. How about you?
Facebook.
I mean, actually, I really hate Facebook. I don't know, man.
My initial thought was doing it on YouTube. Maybe I'll do it on Vimeo. We'll see.
We'll see.
Are you gonna share this anywhere?
I mean, Facebook, I guess. Here, listen. I gotta get this off my chest.
All right.
I am like super depressed about this vlog. By the way,
Why are you super depressed?
It's just the gap, man.
The gap.
It's just the gap.
Okay, you still have time. Like
no, I still have time, but like I've like put so much time into this already. And it's still like a steaming pile of garbage. Like I want to start over again for like the third time. And then like
you need to kill.
It's so depressing to edit. It's like actually depressing.
Content. You need to kill content.
I do. I have to kill it. But here, let me tell you why I think I need a break before I can finish this.
Okay.
It's just so depressing. And like I don't know if you ever video edited on a laptop before.
Oh.
But like you'll try to do something and then your computer freezes and it's like a couple minutes and you're just like. And you know me, man. I have the worst impulse control in the world. So it'll be like loading, and then I'll just like start watching a YouTube video, and then next thing you know, like 3 hours pass by. I'm like,
And you can't actually edit.
Which is why I'm so happy for you that you finished, because I'm sure you had like less berries than me.
Okay, but 40 minutes is an insane amount of footage.
It's like 30 now, but like honestly, another thing I realized is like. I did all these shots to like try to be cinematic and shit, but you know, I didn't have the proper equipment to do that. So I'm thinking of just cutting all the cinematic shots out.
Just all shaky cam?
No, it'll just be all like actual storytelling and no shaky cam. If I were to do this again, let me tell you how I would do it exactly.
Okay.
I don't want to set any expectations for myself. I don't want to try to make a quality content. I would shoot the whole thing on Snapchat.
On Snapchat?
And then just download the whole thing at the end and call it X Vacation, a Snapchat story. And it'll just be as if you're watching a whole Snapchat story of my vacation. And I think not only is that sufficiently low quality to have no expectations, I think it would also be a preferred method of viewing for the modern millennial audience.
That's not bad. Okay, well, by the time the listeners listen to this episode, my vlog, or presumably our vlogs, would have went up already. So the problem that I had, again, was that I had so much of a conflicting style. I had no idea what I was going to do while I was shooting. I had no idea what I was doing after I was shooting. I had no idea what I was doing from the first day and till the last day. So basically the whole time, I'm just like this tourist guy just pointing at things and sometimes commentating on them, sometimes not commentating on them. I call it the full shame vlog. Just full shame.
Full shame or no shame?
Full shame.
Full shame.
Title.
So, no. Call it The Shame Diaries.
No. Anyways, so my vlog is not a creation of love and technical skill and nurturement. It is just all shame.
Yeah, I think that's all I have to do, man. All I gotta do is just drop all my expectations and like stop trying and just finish it and like know that I'm gonna make a full shame product.
Well, the thing is, even if you make a full shame product, it's still possible to save it. You have to be ruthless, Daryl. Like, shorter is better. If you think people care, no, people don't care. You gotta cut as much as possible. The more you cut, the better it'll be. Cut the shame.
Alright, cut the shame out. Deserving.
Deserving.
Maybe
Alright.
we'll just burn this. Entitled millennials. Okay.
Okay, wait, let me tell you why I think you're wrong. Deserving something, whether it's like a victory in a competitive sport or your victory in that competitive sport is by sheer luck. You still need to have the components or the recipe to execute whatever it was that you were executing in the first place. So, me and Daryl, we play Overwatch, which is a competitive shooting game. It's a 6v6 game, or 6-player versus 6-player game. And so, a lot of the times, me and Daryl play. And then at the end of the round, it's a hard-fought match, you know? We pulled all the punches, we've done everything we could, and we just edged them out very, very slightly. And at the end of the game, Daryl would say something like, wow, we definitely did not deserve that. And which I say, no, Daryl, we did deserve it because all the components were there. We had just the right amount of skill. You know, we had the right team and everyone was just positioned just correctly. And at the end of the day, he'll be like, yeah, we didn't deserve that. I think that's wrong. Daryl just posted some video, I don't know if he'll put a link in the show notes, of his form in bowling. And in bowling, he shoots the ball like a Kamehameha, pierces the stars, and then, even though his form isn't perfect, he still gets the strike. And then he makes that comment. I definitely did not deserve that. I disagree. Daryl has enough power to blast a 10 plus X amount pound ball into the pins at a ridiculous speed, thus smashing the pins even if they don't, even if it doesn't connect perfectly. And which I say you deserve it because you have enough skill to at least, pass 80% of the hurdle. It doesn't matter if the last 20% of the hurdle is luck or, the arrangement of the molecules and they just happen to be all in the right place. And then,
oh my god, lots of counterpoints here.
All right, go.
Number one, remember when we talked about fashion and how people said we had no idea what we were talking about? Yeah, I was just on the other end of this phenomenon.
Okay.
And I think we should stop talking about movies as well because we have no idea what we're talking about.
All right.
Or like there's just like such a, it's not your fault. There's such a lack of fundamental knowledge of the topic. Like you can't even use words to like correctly describe what you're trying to say.
Okay.
Okay, second, bowling.
Bowling.
There is a very specific spot you have to hit, which is called like the pocket. So basically you want to be like slightly right or slightly left of the triangle. And even if you don't hit the pocket sometimes, you could still get a strike. I think if you don't hit the pocket and you get a strike, you don't deserve it. Because, third point, so you're describing how victories in games is % luck and % skill. Absolutely.
Yes.
But when your victory was based more on luck than skill, that's what I mean by I didn't deserve it. For the bowling example, if I don't hit the pocket and I still get a strike, there is a smaller statistical % chance that I would get the strike. It's still there, and I did get the strike. But I think in that overlap of luck and skill, there was more luck than skill in that victory. So I don't think I deserved it. Same with Overwatch. The victories we have were the only reason we won was like one lucky move or a lot of lucky wins. That's what I mean by like we don't deserve it.
I think that even when it comes to luck and skill, that if you're playing I would say at bare minimum decent game, the luck to skill ratio would be like 70-30. Like even I would go as far to say that poker takes more skill than luck.
But when someone wins 2-3 off Sweet on the River, he may not have deserved it. You can agree with that, right?
Poker is not a game of luck. Poker is a psychological game. You have to create your own luck. You have to create your own openings in skill. Like
I will agree.
That's why poker is difficult because you have to read the other person.
For sure. But compared to other gambling games, poker is like the least luck-based.
Yeah, but definitely. That's why people broadcast poker and they don't broadcast slot machines, like there's a difference between
there's a skill involved, but
exactly.
Luck is still a factor.
While luck is still a factor, you have to pass the gates before you can get to a point where you can say you deserved it or you didn't deserve it. Like if your execution of something is to a certain degree, you have to have components in order to make that thing work to begin with, and then piecing all those components together, and then other factors, the other human factors and your own skill factors and your own decision-making factors all come together there's such a big sample size you could have before you get to that victory or defeat, that all of that pieced together in order for you to slightly edge, or if you slightly got defeated. And I think that's what makes a great game. Like, no one at the end of like a 150-minute soccer game says, oh, it was all luck. Like, no, like, you had 150 minutes to play the game, right? And I think at the end of a game that is decent, that there's going to be a lot more chances where skill will take place rather than luck. And even if the luck was that deciding factor, skill is still primarily the main reason why that was a deciding factor.
I'll agree with you there. In high-level competitive games, where they try to remove the luck as much as possible in the rules, people deserve the wins more than most.
Right.
But are you saying that if case equals win, if you've won, then you deserved it? 100%.
I would say most of the time, yeah. Like 99% of the time, yeah.
So 99% of the time in the game, there shouldn't be a phenomenon called upsets.
It's not upsets.
Where, for example, Brazil versus Germany in FIFA. This is going to show how little we know about football or soccer, by the way. Okay, Brazil versus Germany, they're tied 1-1 all game. One of the Brazil players, does their best Oscar nominee actor faking an injury.
Okay.
The referee gives them a penalty kick, and then they win based off that penalty kick. Did they deserve that game?
That's not luck. That's human factor, right?
No. I don't care about the human factors. I'm asking you, did they deserve that game?
Yeah, they deserve the game. Like, you...
Did you fully understand the example of the soccer? Like, he basically cheated and acted, and through a weird set of, like, the current rules, or, like, the current meta within the competitive game, they won by an error almost. Or another example, do you think Donald Trump deserves the presidency?
Are we going into this?
No, I'm just saying, do you see how there can be cases, which is, like, I think the percentage is not 99%, by the way.
Okay.
Like, I think there's a lot of cases where people with the victory condition did not deserve their win. I will agree with you. Maybe a lot of times when we're playing Overwatch, I overestimate how much our skill came into it. But I'm just seeing all these Venn diagrams in my head whenever I see the victories, or like statistics, like what are the percent chances that we like should have won under these conditions? And I think if it's like less than 50, or like, most of the times we shouldn't have won, but we won anyways. Like, I don't think we should have. Like, that's when I say we don't deserve it.
What I'm saying is that a huge portion of the game was decided before that even happened. Right? So in the case of the soccer example,
like all the actions,
yeah,
up
like
until...
like if you just play 10% better than your opponent, like, you basically outplay your opponent. But it's getting into that zone, like all the positioning of the players and skill. Like, again, you have to get into the specifics now. You're talking about soccer, where one player can actually dominate if left unchecked, right? So that's how you get like all these star players coming out. You can basically outplay someone, and then you can force resources onto like that player.
We're such nerds, by the way. Keep going.
So like the skill of the game and the nature of the game also come into each case where you're talking about skill versus luck. In taking away from the more of the bowling example, where I can just see you can deserve it or not. I think that you perfectly deserve all the strikes you get if you're bowling in such a way that you're passing all the skills of the gates to get into the area of where you deserve it.
I guess I'm just less of an entitled millennial than you, Eddie. I think it comes down to this. I think it comes down to this. For the example of competitive games, the longer exposure to both teams' competitive skill, the less chance has to come into it, right? So, for example, best of one between two players, like, upsets are going to happen,
right?
And one player may not deserve it. He won,
wait,
but maybe he didn't deserve it.
You have to define upsets, because I don't think you're
like a 70% chance. Like, so the odds are like 70-30 for like this 1v1.
Okay,
and it's a best of one,
and then the
30 player won it,
right?
But given, say, like a best of 3 or a best of 5 or a best of 7, the more deserving team
will win,
would win
most
it,
of the time.
Would win it
Is
more,
that,
yes.
like, that's what you're saying. Okay.
So in the case of Overwatch, where it's like it's a best of 1 every time, like I think sometimes we really don't deserve it. That's all. Do you kind of get where I'm coming from? Sometimes we just get lucky, and it's fine to be lucky. It's absolutely fine to be lucky. It's part of the game to be lucky. But I guess I just like seeing improvement, and I like seeing a fair world where the more skilled team or player gets the win, instead of like a fall in soccer, or like a best of 1 upset, or like a lucky strike in bowling.
Again, I think all those examples that you're saying are
They deserve
are a, I wouldn't say deserve, right? But are a result of skill to begin with, right? Because what I'm trying to say is there's so many factors that lead up to that lucky moment.
No, I understand, but
so for example, you could be pressured, right? Like in games, mentally, because the other opponent could play aggressively. And so it could be that pressure that leads one player in the team to not notice the positioning of another player, and then the ball gets, past that player and then they make the shot. Is that a lucky shot? I disagree. I think deserve is a strong word, right? Do I deserve it? It's such black and white. Is it, should I have won? It's more gray. It's more CGP
what
gray.
if I use the word, oh, we got lucky? Would that satisfy you,
Luck,
Eddie?
I don't like the word. I like using the word luck in a sense of it actually being a factor you can manipulate. I don't like.
Wait a minute.
Have you like
randomness by definition cannot be manipulated.
It's like creating your own luck, right? Like it's like a phrase, not a technical term, but the phrase, like creating your own luck, right? In poker, you create your own luck. There's always a chance you could lose, but the thing is, you're always trying to shorten that gap.
Yeah, I guess we'll never fundamentally agree with this, because I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think from your point of view, you think like humans have like a lot of autonomy and control over like every situation and like every outcome.
No,
but I think you think that, humans have a larger control over the outcome than like, I don't know, like random chance or nature, like nature versus nurture, like argument, right? But where I think like, I honestly don't think humans in general like have a lot of autonomy and free will. Like a lot of our actions and stuff are like made for us, and like I think there's like so many luck factors that come into life that it's sometimes like I can see where like this overlap between skill and luck. I just think that a lot of times people are given too much credit to what the human did, whereas a lot of it could have just been random chance. Do you remember like when they were talking about that one enzyme on Do by Friday, where like if you come into contact with it, like your human social engagement increases by 2 times?
Right. So you could so you could spread it, right?
Yeah. Like that's just one of those examples where like you're not really as much in control of your actions as you think, and that's just my fundamental belief. Whereas I think, from your point of view, humans have more autonomy over their lives, and that is why like people deserve their wins.
I understand. I can understand where your argument comes from, and I guess we have to agree to disagree.
We'll just, full shame product.
Full shame. This week's challenge was to cook 3 meals. Daryl, how'd you do?
Well, I cooked 3 meals, so I mean, would be, I don't know. I don't even know what I wanted to say for this challenge.
Yeah. Why?
Okay.
Why did you make?
Let's just run down what I cooked first. So I did I don't even remember, like a borscht soup. Do you know what a borscht is, by the way?
Strong bowl.
You just
Russian soup?
you just throw some cabbage and some carrots and some meat and some celery and some tomatoes into a pot, and add some water, and you got a stew going. What else did I cook with that night? Steamed salmon with black bean paste and tofu. And then I cooked some pork chops with onions, with like some stir-fried vegetables and rice. And then I helped cook today some vegetarian burgers.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I did it.
Why did
I
you
did
want to
it.
do this challenge?
I guess cooking's pretty important, Save some money. $10 a meal times 2 or 3 meals a day times a month is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you eat out quite frequently with the guys in your office.
I do. I eat out quite frequently.
Did you end up bringing one of your meals to work?
No. I have to get away from work every time because it's just, if you stay in the office, people will walk up to you and talk about work on your lunch break. Also, it's pretty nice to get away from just everything.
Fair.
Every once in a while. It's not like downtown where I can just walk out and just find a hole in the wall and just rest there. It's more like I work in Markham, so I have to drive out and go somewhere.
In the office, you guys don't have a lunchroom, or?
We do. We have a caf, but everyone's going to be there. So there's a high chance that someone's going to ask me something while I'm at lunch. And that's always the worst since I work in IT. So basically everyone will be asking something about
just abusing
something.
you.
Yeah. Hey, do you I'm like, well, I'm actually lunch.
So
I'm not going to say that, but
what'd you end up cooking this week then?
I ended up cooking a lot of breakfast foods because there's always a large amount of food in my house all the time from my mom. So I ended up just doing like omelets and eggs. Probably I think I did 3 egg dishes. I don't even remember.
Did you cook only for yourself or for your family?
It's for myself.
You must be an only child.
I actually really like cooking. I used to
when you live
downtown. In a condo downtown. Yeah, it was just, in terms of cooking for other people, there is nothing better than cooking a meal and then for that person to just their eyes light up as they eat it and they're like, wow, it's really good. And just go yeah, damn right. Damn, it's the best feeling in the world. But these days in Markham, living with family, it's hard to get a time to cook because there's a rotation of food all the time, and it's
your mom loves cooking for you.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's already there as a system. Could I help improve it? Yeah, sure, I could. Is that something I'll look into? Possibly.
Always with the possibles with you. Do you know how much you spend a month eating out?
Quite a bit.
Can you give me an exact number, Eddie?
Can I give you an exact number?
We after all, we are a millennial podcast where we use these newfangled technologies and apps.
Let's see.
Last month, I spent $255 on food and dining. That Calgary trip didn't help.
200. What? Oh yeah, because the point of your Calgary trip was to spend as little as possible.
Yep. My high spend in restaurants are Shisho Tree, Gabine, Tim Hortons.
Can't get this thing to work.
Hey Eddie, you should get mint.com.
I think I average around 500 or 600 a month when it comes to food. I think so because
that's a lot of money, man.
Lunch out
every day.
Yeah,
at work.
It's not the best, I'd say, but it's kind of weird if I
just bring your own food to the restaurant.
Yeah,
that would be a little.
Yeah,
weird.
well, also
you can
It's also time to spend with friends too, right? It's not just I'm just eating out by myself. I'm eating out with
with your office mates.
Yeah, 6 or 7 people. So that is a significant amount of money. If I spent that on compound interest stocks,
would be nice. It's okay. If you think it's worth it for you.
Well, yeah, I think it's worth it in the short term for now.
It is so hot in here. Yeah. I can't even enjoy this. Usually, man, Eddie. Usually, I enjoy these conversations of ours, but
the heat is killing.
Heat's getting to us. Maybe we'll do this restaurant thing another day. All right, it's So
go straight to the challenge.
It's too hot to record anymore, so we're just gonna end it here.
Okay.
Eddie's room has no AC. So Eddie, what's the challenge you're gonna do this week?
All right, I think.
By the way, I'm so sorry about this episode, everyone. I can already tell it's not gonna be.
It's not our best.
It's not gonna be our greatest.
for the next week, I want the both of us to try our best not to eat anything with added sugar. This includes pop, bubble tea. Ugh. So try your best not to eat anything with added sugar. And if you have to eat it, or if you have to take added sugar, if you do or don't know why it's in it, and say why.
And document the results.
Yeah, and let us both document how we feel about it, how that goes.
So did you just crush your last can of Coke over there on your right?
Yeah, that was my victory Coke before I
Hmm.
before
How's
I
that?
came up with this challenge.